In today's video, we're going to talk about emotional releases in yoga and what to do when you have one. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you found us. I want to start by saying I have experienced pretty much every emotion under the sun in yoga class, in any yoga class, from crying to anger to laughter. So just to let you know that emotional releases are normal, well, at least normal for me in a yoga class. So let's get that out in the open first off. You are normal. Crying, laughter, anger, emotions that come out of nowhere, feeling afraid are completely normal. So my name is Melissa, and I teach Hatha yoga, restorative yoga, yin yang yoga, and every Wednesday I offer short yoga lifestyle videos here on this channel. And if you're a returning viewer, I want to thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate your presence here. Thank you. These videos are short, but if you come over to my main channel, Yoga with Melissa, we have full-length yoga videos there every Friday. In fact, we have a couple of Yoga for Emotion series that I think you might be interested in. So I'll link to one of them right above. And right now we're doing a mindfulness series, which is pretty cool too, that links to things that you can do every day. So this video came about from a question from Tamara. So Tamara says, I have a question. She says, when we were in the twist pose and you asked us to smile to our hearts, I did this, and the next thing I knew I was giggling and I couldn't stop. After what seemed like a few minutes of giggling, my giggles turned into crying. And she said, is this normal? So as I said, yes, this is completely normal. And I love that Tamara gave us a normal example of joy and grief being released all in one go. It's so awesome. So every memory, emotion, and belief is stored in the cells and tissues of our body. So when we practice yoga and we begin to move our bodies, in yoga or any movement practice, what happens, or massage, emotions that have not been fully processed, such as joy, anger, grief, fear, they can start to get released. When I trained as a Phoenix Rising yoga therapist, yoga teacher, and group facilitator, my teacher and mentor there, Elissa Cobb, explained it like this. And you can all read it in her book called The Forgotten Body, which is awesome, by the way. When we hold back emotions or thoughts or beliefs, sensations, and actions associated with our present moment, we're suppressing. And this isn't right or wrong. It's a coping strategy for getting through our days and also living as a socially acceptable human being in the world. It wouldn't be all right to burst into tears at work, would it? We suppress emotions for lots of reasons, for a desire to fit in, to protect the feelings of another, feeling like we won't be accepted, or if we let our joy rip, or express our anger, or let those tears flow, or maybe we feel like others will think less of us. So oftentimes we suppress an emotion just to get through the situation at hand. Maybe we're at the grocery store checkout line and we're just trying to get the groceries home. So it can often be a conscious choice not to act them out. So these suppressed emotions, thoughts and beliefs and sensations and actions get innocently held in our cells and tissues, just waiting for the opportune moment to be released. And now although the ego eye may think the yoga class is not the right time to release an emotion, your body has made an executive decision that coming into that twist or side bend feels like just the right movement and timing to release that long-held emotion, and voila. Which leads to the next question, which I read in one of my older videos on emotional release here on this channel. So I'll link to that up here. So when old feelings arise to the surface, what can you do? Do you put energy into those feelings? What do you do, for example, when I do yoga, all this overthinking comes to the surface? Do I put more energy into those emotions? So what do I do when I have an emotional release? And this is really a great question. When emotion comes to the surface, You just let it ride. You laugh if you're laughing, you cry if you're crying, you let the anger ride if you're feeling anger. You allow it to move through your body. If you need to move into a different position to facilitate the emotional release, you move. Then you go ahead and move. Maybe more important than what you do is what you don't do. So let's talk about what you don't do if you're having an emotional release. So what you don't do is pull up the psychiatrist's couch and start psychoanalyzing the emotion, picking at the scab and asking yourself, where did this originate and why is this here? And no, don't do that. Just let it ride itself out. The other thing you don't do is stop. If you're in a yoga studio and you're feeling those additional feelings of embarrassment, do your best just to let those emotions flow. Trust me, the teacher will know it's normal and will probably be doing a silent celebration for the emotional release. And all the advanced students will most likely be feeling a little bit envious of your emotional release too. So if you're at home, you can just let it rip, right? That's the great thing about practicing at home. There's nothing to be self-conscious about at all. Have your cry, have your laugh. Okay, now before I give you another tip on what you can do, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for subscribing, and put "I let my emotions rip" in the comments. Now, the other thing you can do is intentionally practice certain styles of yoga and meditation so that you're regularly clearing emotions that get held in your body on a regular basis. So I love somatic meditation, which I do teach in our membership community. This style of reclined meditation, which you do lying down, really focuses on releasing thoughts, emotions, and unlived experiences that get stored in your body as tension. This form of meditation has really been extraordinarily powerful for me personally, and I know for a lot of members. I also really love Qigong to release emotional tension from your organs. I also teach a lot of Qigong inspired yoga flows in my membership community and on my yoga channel from time to time. A little bit of Qigong inspired yoga flows can go a long way. This style of very intentional yoga is a fantastic way to release stored emotions from your yoga. Also, we have a couple of emotion series on the Yoga with Melissa channel, and they're chocked full of tips on how to be with emotions and how to ride them out. So I would definitely recommend those as well. So those are my tips. I'd love to hear from you with your experiences as well. And thanks so much for a great question. Namaste.